Hey there guys, this is Niran here of Flying Orangutan, as you can see from the title of our channel. And today I'm going to be starting a career mode on FIFA 13 with Aston Villa. So there are a few reasons why I'm going to be choosing Aston Villa today. The first reason is because they've got a good squad. They've got a good young squad with some awesome players. Secondly, or I suppose this could go in with the first point, I don't know, but anyway, they've got a good youth structure. So they've got some good, really young players, such as Gary Gardner, Samir Caruthers, Graham Burke, the young striker. And the third reason, the third reason is that they've got a decent chunk of cash. 9.5 million, as you may have seen a minute ago, is pretty good for a sort of middle order team, which is, I think, Aston Villa is going to be. No offence if you don't think that. And that gives us a bit of money to spend on some players. Now, speaking of which, the players that we do have here, as you can see, Brad Guzan in goal, goalkeeping, the goalkeeper position even, is not going to be a position we need to strengthen. As is centre-back, we've got lots of centre-backs here, Ron Vlaar, Kieran Clark, Nathan Baker, and Richard Dunn. But the big problem is, as you can see, Nathan Baker is playing at left-back, and that kind of just highlights the fact that we definitely need one, maybe even two full-backs in this summer transfer window. We've got Loughton, we've got Baker, who can play there. I'd rather not play there, though. And we've got Joseph Bennett on the bench. Centre mid here, as you can see, Yakuba Silla has just recently signed for Aston Villa, and Ashley Westwood there as well. They're sort of players just about on the verge of whether I keep them or not. They should really sort of be in the 70 stat area, but I'm just going to keep them, probably loan them out. They're not probably going to play that much, but I want to see how they develop anyway. As you can see, we've just gone past Andy Weimann. He's a really young, exciting player. I'll be interested to see how he develops there. Christian Benteke as well, very strong. Shay Given, sort of going to be a reserve keeper this season. Fortunately, I think he'll start to go down stats. And here, Charles Nzogbia. He's going to be a key player. He's going to get us out of some serious, sticky situations. He's got pace, he's got skill, he's got everything. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. Darren Bent as well there on the reserves list. I'm not sure why. I suppose that could be kind of realistic, to be quite honest, at the moment. But anyway, Stephen Ireland, Stilian Petrov, Richard Dunn, Mark Albright, and Fabian Delph, and then some of the younger players like Burke, Hurd, Grealish, Seagrass, some of the ones I mentioned earlier. So that brings us on to the short list. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to put in me searching for players. That would just be totally boring. So I'll just skip straight to the short list. I did this for some reason even before I found out where I had to finish. And fullback, yeah, we've got Lucas Digne of Lille, Sheikh Mbenge as well there. Sorry, excuse me. We're going to be looking at in the fullback position some younger wingers as well. Bernat there, Vakar Pilar, who impressed in the Euros, remember, for the Czech Republic. Victor Fischer there. Delafeu, Nikolai Jurgensen was a while ago. Should have mentioned that when he came up, but nevertheless. And then the right back, Thomas Callas there, Ricardo van Rijn of Ajax, Dennis Diekmeyer. Mario Fernandez, don't know whether he plays for CSK Moscow in real life. He could be one of those free agents that they've just dished out to a random team. Nevertheless, he's on the short list, along with Gregory van der Wiel of Ajax. Some more wingers there. Anthony Knockhart, who is really class from France. He plays for Leicester. Didn't realise he was actually that good and that young. But yeah, we'll be trying to look at him, I think. Salvador Agra there, not heard of him, but he plays for Siena. He's very good. And then also the duo from PSV there, Jermaine Lands and Luciano Narsing, and also Werder Bremen's Marko Arnautovic was on that list as well. So, expectations, board giving me some emails, dishing them out to me, and I am apparently meant to finish mid-table. Aston Villa, that is pretty, well, I'd go along with that. I reckon that's pretty realistic, to be honest, pretty realistic target. I reckon I can do that. And I didn't see how far I was meant to get in the cup competitions, but it was pretty far, and I remember that being very realistic as well. Now, as you can see, Matti Steinman there plays for Hamburg SV. I know people, and people do not go on the one for the future. And I don't understand why. You can really find some awesome young players there. I just put him on my shortlist. He's not. It wasn't probably a great example. 59 stat and 17 isn't amazing, but he does develop into a pretty good player, I've heard. So you can find some really good players there. Now, I was expecting this. Darren Bent. I've got an offer for Darren Bent. I've also got a loan offer for Jack Grealish from Rotherham United, which I'm going to accept. He needs to get some first-team football as a 16-year-old. And Newcastle come in with a bid of, what is that? I can't even see it from here. 9, possibly million? I have no idea. But nonetheless, they come in with a bid, and I counter offer for 12 million. I reckon that's how much he's worth. I reckon I can get that much. The media obviously going into that saying that they're in talks, which they're not really, but nevertheless. So I get an offer now from Bayer Leverkusen. I think that's 7. And I can't even read it from here. I put 12 million as the counter offer anyway as well. So I get some emails back from several people saying blah blah blah, they're not willing to pay that much. 11 million, I can read that for once. Newcastle come back and say 11 million. Again, I'm going to counter offer, go back and say 12 million because I want to squeeze as much money out of this. I should have put it on lenient. I don't know why I put it on, what was it, moderate as board strictness for the fun. That was a big mistake. But nonetheless, I went back, said 12 million for Bayer Leverkusen, and Newcastle said they wanted to match 12 million, and already Darren Bent looks as if he could be on his way out of Newcastle. I was thinking that I could probably sell him, because he could bring in some funds. I want to bring in a new, fresh striker. And there he goes. Darren Bent is gone. I get £9 million, and I get £9 million to spend on a replacement striker. That didn't take long. That really did not take long at all. And look, jeez, how many emails. I dished out a few inquiries to many teams. Firstly to Hamburg about Dennis Diekmeyer, Ortaneche there, Athletic Bilbao, also Chekambenge of Toulouse, Jetro Willems there, good young player from PSV, and Lucas Digne of Lille. I only decided to take up 2 of those offers though. The rest of them were being a little bit, didn't want to sell them, putting a ridiculous amount on the asking price. So I went for Dennis Diekmeyer right back at Hamburg, 22, 73 stat. There's a lot of growing space there, and Cheikham Benge as well, who's only a year older, and he's 75 stat. He's a left back. Just going over this again, the full-back position really is a place that we have to strengthen. And straight away, pretty much, Toulouse come back and say that they've accepted that offer. Actually, no, not straight away. What am I talking about? I think it took a few bids. I ended up having to bow down to, I think, 3.1 million was the price that I went for in the end, just offering a contract there to Cheikham Benge. And now it is time. You've waited, I'm sorry, you've waited 7 minutes and 15 seconds. It's far too long for an actual game. We're up to the friendly point. And now it's weird. I'm in this conundrum where I don't really know what difficulty to put this on. I went for professional. Might sound terrible. But world class is, for me, I thought was too difficult. Professional seemed a bit too easy, but as you can see, 13 minutes in, a little bit of a lucky break, and Charles Nzobia was saying would be so important to us, gets the first goal of this career mode series. It's a nice finish, plus I think Julien Fabry in the Marseille goal, and it's 1-0 after 13 minutes. And you see, this is a problem, because I can easily win on professional. Marseille are a very good team, and it was just a bit too easy, and Fabian Delph there, crossing it in for Gabriel Bongohor after 27 minutes, just mashing the controls there, looking for a decent celebration. I got a bit of a crap one in the end. And yeah, that was a really nice team move, actually, really nice goal. Good first-time cross-in from Delph, and a diving header from Bongohor, pretty dramatic. And unfortunately, the second half just sort of petered out into nothingness. And it stayed that way. It stayed 2-0. A great win. Marseille are a pretty fantastic team. And yeah, that was it, even. Charles Nzobia there getting the man of the match after scoring that pretty nice goal at the start. A little bit of jamminess, a little bit of luck beforehand in the making of that goal. But it was a good one nonetheless. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. That is about it today. As I run out of gameplay. Like and subscribe and favourite if you enjoyed that episode. There will be another episode up in about 2 days, I reckon. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.